Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Ask Father Binh. I'm Father Binh, and I'm so glad you are here. Each week, I take a question from one of our parishioners and do my best to provide a thoughtful and faith-filled response. Let's dive into today's question. Father Binh, I am Roman Catholic, was married in a Catholic Mass ceremony, and now am legally divorced. There is no chance of reconciliation. The marriage has not been annulled. For years, my wedding ring has sat in a bowl in my drawer. I realize that I am still sacramentally married, but when I see the ring, painful memories are reawakened. Please give guidance as to what I can do with it. Thank you very much for your thoughts. Thank you for reaching out and sharing your situation. I know there's a lot of pain and thoughtfulness behind your question, and I want to offer guidance that respects both your faith and the emotions tied to this decision. The wedding ring, as a sacramental symbol, represents the covenant of marriage, a bond that, as you mentioned, remains valid in the eyes of the Church, unless declared null through an annulment. The wedding ring itself was blessed during the sacrament of matrimony. As a result, it is a sacramental, which is a sacred sign that points to the grace of the sacrament and holds a special connection to the vows made before God. Because of this, it should be treated with reverence, even in the difficult circumstances of a divorce. The Church teaches that sacramentals, while not sacraments themselves, are sacred objects meant to draw us closer to God. They should not be discarded carelessly or treated disrespectfully. However, there are appropriate ways to handle a sacramental, like a wedding ring, if it is causing emotional pain or no longer serves its intended purpose as a reminder of the sacramental bond. You could consider offering the ring back to God in prayer. You might bury it in a meaningful location or place it somewhere sacred near a statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, for example, as a symbol of entrusting your pain and your marriage to God's care. You could donate the ring to a charitable cause, such as a ministry that helps struggling families or individuals. Transforming the ring into an act of love can be a way to find healing and purpose amid your pain. If you are not ready to part with it, you could store it in a special box or container, accompanied by a prayer for healing. This allows you to honor its significance while creating emotional distance. Above all, I encourage you to bring this to prayer and, if possible, discuss it with a priest or spiritual director. They can provide additional guidance and support as you navigate this difficult decision. Please know that God sees your heart and desires your healing. I will be praying for you. On a similar note, here is a public announcement to all of you who are tuning in. If you have other blessed objects or sacramentals like holy water, crucifixes, images, or statues of Jesus, Mary, and the saints, rosaries, scapulars, etc., and you want to dispose them appropriately, here are some suggestions. 1. You can burn them. 2. You can bury them in the ground. And 3. If the sacramentals are of metal, like gold or silver, you can melt them down to be reused. So thank you for your question, and may God bless you. Keep sending in those questions, and I will see you next time.